Morning, students. So we were studying chapter number 3 of our science, and we have completed the chapter number 2, and we were studying the chapter number 3, separation of substances. And in this chapter we have studied about the various method of separation. So what are the various method of separation we have studied? We have studied threshing. What is a threshing? Threshing is a process in which the grains are removed from their stalks. The harvested crops are removed from their stalk. So the process through which the harvested crops are removed are separated through the process through which the harvested crops are separated from the stalks is called a threshing. It is usually done by threshers, or it is usually done by manual method like beating the grains with own hands or through the animals. Next, the method we have studied was the winnowing. Winnowing is the method in which the chaff is removed from the grain with the action of wind. That is, the heavier particles are made to be fallen down and the chaff is flown away by the wind. So the process through which chaff is removed from the grain by the action of wind is called the winnowing. Okay, that is usually done with the help of a combine harvester. Next method we have studied hand picking. So hand picking is just usually seen at our homes whenever mama cooks food for us, in which the particles like small pebble stones and other dust particles are removed from the grains with the help of hands. Okay, next we have seen another method for removing of the impurities. Another method which we have seen for removing of the impurity was the sieving. A sieving is a process in which the two substances are separating in the method by which two methods are separated by the mixture with the help of a sieve. What is a sieve? Sieve is a device which have small holes which allow only the small particles to pass through it. It is usually seen when our mama cooks food. So when she remove the wheat bran from the flour. Next method we have seen is the sedimentation and the decantation. This method is usually done with the help of a potash alum, or we can say fitkari. So example is that potash alum or fitkari is used by us. So whenever we use the fitkari in the water, so what happens? The impurity gets settled down and the pure water remains up. So the process in which the process of separating insoluble solid which are heavier than the liquid by allowing them to settle down is called a sedimentation. The process in which the solids which are heavier than the liquid are allowed to settle down in the liquid is called a sedimentation. So the solid particle here are called the sediments. So the particles which settle down are called the sediments. Now another, what is a decantation? So decantation is the process in which the pure water is taken out. The pure water is taken out from the sediment. The method in which the clear upper liquid is poured out into another container without disturbing the sediment is called a decantation, and the pure water here it's called a supernatant. Now you can see this is a mixture of impure water. Then it is kept for few time. It is kept for a few time. So you will see the heavier impurities settle down and the pure water comes up. This pure water is called as a supernatant. So the process the process in which the impurities are allowed to settle down is called a sedimentation. This process will be called as sedimentation, and this clear upper liquid will be called as supernatant, and this impurities will be called as sediment. Okay, now next, when this pure water is poured into another container, when this pure water is poured into another container without disturbing the sediment, this method is called a decantation. Okay, next method we have seen is a filtration. Filtration is a method in which the insoluble solid and liquid are separated with the help of a strainer or with the help of a filtering device. When the difference between a sieving and a filtration, in sieving two solids are separated. Don't get confused in the method of sieving and filtration. The difference in sieving and filtration is, in sieving two solid mixture are separated. In sieving two solid mixture are separated, whereas in the filtration one liquid and one solid are separated. Do not get confused in the process of sieving and filtration. In sieving, two solids are separated by passing through them with a sieve, while in filtration an insoluble solid is separated from liquid. Insoluble solid is separated from liquid by using a filtering device. So do not get confused in sieving and filtration. So in filtration we can see the best example of filtration at our homes, that is the preparation of tea. Whenever mama prepares the tea and purify it with mama bring the tea for us. So what the mama do? Mama pour the tea into a cup with the help of a strainer, so that the tea leaves, which are the insoluble liquid, here tea leaves are the insoluble solid, and whereas the pure tea is allowed to fall into the cup. So pure tea, here it is a here it is a liquid, whereas the tea here it is a liquid, whereas the tea leaves are the insoluble solid. So the method in which mixture of an insoluble solid and liquid are separated by a filtering device, and here the filtering device will be a strainer. So the process by which a mixture of insoluble solid and liquid are separated by passing through the mixture through a filtering device is called a filtration. Now next method we are going to see is a evaporation. So all you have learned the definition of the evaporation in your previous classes when we used to study about the water cycle. So just we will recall the definition of evaporation. What is evaporation? The process by which liquid form of a substance changes into gas form. The process by which liquid change into gas. The process by which liquid form of a substance change into gas is called a evaporation. Again, the process by which the liquid form of a substance changes into a gas form, it is called an evaporation. Now, how this evaporation is used for separation of the mixture? So this evaporation method is mostly used to draw salt from the sea. This method is mostly used to draw salt from the sea. You can see here what happens. You can see that near the sea areas where the salt is collected, there these digs are made. Some of the digs are made. These digs are then allowed to fill. In this dig water, seawater is kept. In this digs, seawater is kept, and then this seawater is allowed to evaporate. This seawater is allowed to evaporate, and we already know that seawater is a salty water. Seawater is what type of water? Seawater is a salty water. So what happens? The digs are made, and in this digs, seawater is kept. In this digs, seawater is kept, and they are let to be dried. So what happens when the seawater gets evaporated due to the heat of the sun? When the seawater gets evaporated due to the heat of the sun, only the salt remain in this digs. Only the salt remain in the digs. Again, I am repeating. So how this process takes place? Digs are made. In this digs, seawater is kept, and this seawater is then allowed to evaporate. When this seawater gets evaporate, so in digs only the salt remained. Only the salt remains, and this then salt is used by the peoples for their various purposes. So in this way, salt is taken out from the sea water. And how this is taken out? This is taken out with the help of a process of evaporation. As in this, the water is evaporated, and only the salt remained under the digs. Okay, next. So if you want to take this activity, so you can take this activity also at your home. You can just take a container, and you can just pour a water in it and mix a salt thoroughly in this water, and then but do not try without the supervision of your mama or father. Take a beaker, put a water and a mixture of water and salt in it, or you can use the salt solution. Take the salt solution and then heat it and allow the water to evaporate. After few times, you will see that only the salt remains in the container when whole of the water gets evaporated. Okay, next process we were talking about condensation. So this definition also we have learned in the previous classes. What is a condensation? So condensation is a process by which the gas form of substance change into liquid form. The process in which the gas form of a substance change into liquid form. So the process by which the gas form of substance change into liquid form is called a condensation. What is a condensation? What is evaporation and difference between evaporation and condensation? In evaporation, liquid gets converted into gas. The liquid get converted into gas, so this is called evaporation. And when gas get converted into liquid, this is called condensation. Now best example we can see of condensation is, you can just see now the summer season is going on, so just you take out a bottle of water from your refrigerator, and keep it anywhere. So after few times you will see that when this bottle is kept, suppose this is your water bottle, so after a few times you will see that water droplets get present on the surface of the water bottle. These water vapor gets deposited on the surface of the water bottle. So how this water drops comes on the surface of the water bottle? This water droplets comes or appears on the water vapor as the moisture present or the water present in the atmosphere get cooled due to the coldness of this water bottle. Due to the coldness of this water bottle, the water vapor present on the atmosphere get cooled and they get deposited on the surface of this water bottle. So this proves that the gas or the surrounding air get cooled and got converted into the water. So the process in which the gas get converted into liquid is called a condensation. Okay, next. Just we will see the exercises also. First, hand picking is usually done when the quantity of mixture is large, so false. When the quantity of mixture is large, so hand picking is not done. It is only done when the quantity of mixture is small. The solid particles that settle down during sediments are called supernatant. It is false. The solid particles that settle down during sedimentation are called the sediments. Okay, so this answer is false. Next, filter paper can be used as a filtering device. True, filter paper can be used as a filtering device. The process by which the liquid form of substance change into its gas form is called condensation. No, so the process by which liquid form of a substance change into its gas form is called a evaporation. So this answer is false. Next, water, sand and salt can be separated by the process of evaporation alone. False. Water, sand and salt can be separated through their various process. Next, fill in the blanks. Small pebbles are separated from the sand at construction site through the process of sieving by using the sieve. The process of pouring out the clear upper liquid without disturbing the sediment is called a decantation. A filtering device should have holes that are smaller than the particles of the insoluble liquid. Okay. Next, a mixture of common salt and water can be separated by evaporation. A mixture of common salt and water can be separated by evaporation. Okay, next, solution and solubility. So for understanding the solution and a solubility, take a glass of water. Take a glass of water and add some amount of sugar in it. So when you add the sugar in it, the sugar get completely dissolved in the water. Take a glass of water, add some amount of sugar in it and just stir it. So after a few times you will see that sugar get dissolved in the water. So this sugar is called a solute. Or the substance that get dissolved in the water are called the solute. The substance that get dissolved in the liquid are called the solute. Now, if the sugar is called solute, then what water will be called? The water will be called as solvent. So the substance in which something get dissolved. Is called a solvent. Sugar will be called as solute and because it get dissolved in the water, and water will be called solvent because anything that dissolve any substance is called a solvent. So the substance that get dissolved is called solute. The substance in which something get dissolved is called a solvent, and the mixture of both solute and solvent is called a solution. The mixture of both solute and solvent is called a solution. So what the proper definition comes out of a solution? This mixture of one or more solute, a mixture of one or more solute. This we have taken sugar. If we want to add both sugar and solute, that's salt also, so we can dissolve more than one solute also in a solvent. So the mixture of solute, more than one solute, one or more than one solute in a solvent is called a solution. So how you can represent this equation? Solute plus solvent equals to solution, as just we have done in the activity. Salt water forms the salt solution, or in activity we have done sugar plus water, it is called a sugar solution. So the substance which get dissolved are called soluble, and the substance which do not get dissolved are called the insoluble solid. Like sugar and salt get dissolved in the water, so they will be called as soluble. The substance which get dissolved in the solvent are called the soluble. Like sugar and salt get completely dissolved in the water are called soluble. Whereas if you add some amount of sand, so sand do not get dissolved in the water, so therefore sand will be called as insoluble. So substance which get dissolved are called soluble, and like sugar and salt, and the substance which do not get dissolved in the water are called insoluble. Like example, sand.